Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equities Story. I'm with the Wolf, and Wolfie. After yesterday, words of doom and gloom. I think today feels a little bit better. At least we had a good night on the Dow, and some of the stocks, especially some of the commodity stocks, are trading very very nicely, aren't they?
Yeah, as per usual, that's why you want to trade according to our systems, Dave, and we wait till the end of the week, right? Because you just never know what's around the corner. While we might be a little bit negative in the middle of the week, of course, we've just got to be patient and just see how things pan out, because 1 or 2 days doesn't all of a sudden change the whole story.
Definitely. And of course, this is just general share advice and not personal advice about what you're going to get now. So, um, Wolf, just a little bit of housekeeping. GNC had a very strong announcement today. Could you let us know what you thought of that?
Oh, they've been on an absolute tear. I mean, they haven't done anything for like 5 years, Dave, and all of a sudden, it's like all the stars have aligned. You've got the perfect conditions for wheat. Then you've got the wheat food bowl in Ukraine being invaded in a war with Russia. And of course, that means wheat prices have just gone poof up. So you've just almost got like GNC been waiting for this day for the last probably 50 years, and they finally arrived, Dave. So an upgrade after an upgrade after an upgrade. That's what's happening at the moment with GNC. And today they've come up with a 20% upgrade to the previous upgrade, I think. So they're just going from one to the next. It is just extraordinary how well they're going at the moment. And then the commentary in there, if you have a read through that announcement, they're saying that conditions are absolutely perfect.
Fantastic. I mean, great for see an Australian company doing really well in these difficult times.
Absolutely.
The other thing is Minwolf is trading extremely well, and again, I must be honest, a very very bullish price target Macquarie around $80 on this. Now, I'm not saying it's going to get to $80, but it certainly gives you encouragement to hold that trend. So what we've done, we've gone and lifted that stop loss up to about what do we lift it to? I think we need to lift it a little bit more, actually, Wolf. It's
59 something, didn't you say?
yeah, just maybe sort of 60, maybe 60, 50, maybe 59.80 around there, 59.90. So it's on the website anyway. So um, it's on the dashboard, so you can have.
It's tight, but you're trying to protect your profits here. And I think what you say here, Macquarie looking at $80, which is fair enough. They are pretty bullish on the assumptions for commodity prices. The thing is, like you said, it's not going to happen overnight, but if it does happen, it's going to probably take a bit of time, maybe a couple of years. So if you believe that we've got I suppose a time right now for commodities to do quite well over the next 12 to 24 months, you might see that $80, Dave. So I'm not discounting it. I can see the bullish tone from Macquarie, but don't expect $80 overnight. It just might take a bit of time.
Right, Wolf, just talking about these two stocks, because we've got to change the, obviously, it's gone right for these target prices. What would be your target price now for GNC? Do you think somewhere just under $10?
For target, yeah, for sure. I'll look at 10, and probably, I'm not sure if you talked about, did you talk about the stop on this?
Yeah, so I think about 890, just about around 890 is where we're going to go.
Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, $10 seems decent. Actually, let's have a look what it's trading on. That's what I was going to do beforehand, Dave, for you. So let's have a look what the actual numbers are. But with a 20% upgrade, again, all the big brokers will probably go back to their books and revise the figures. Trading on 14 times with a 20% upgrade today, that's still looking pretty decent and attractive. So $10 is a fairly achievable target.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with mineral, we'll look for that, lift that target price initially up to 64.80, right, and see how it goes.
Agreed.
But again, it's looking very very good, and very very pleased with how those two stocks are performing. Wolf Mad, which we don't need to change. I mean, it's been a big success. It hit our first target price. We've lifted it higher. Beginning of this week, price action wasn't very good. We saw a lot of profit taking on Mad, but it's come back absolutely beautifully. Like I think often you expect good stocks to. So definitely at the moment, that's still a hold.
But just also, Dave, just shows how important it is to hold your nerve during the week and look at the end of the week some of the stories you hold for the longer term type investing, because one of the days was down 10%, and if you are just like day trading, thinking, oh my god, what's going on, I probably have to sell. But this is the beauty about this system, Dave. You just got to wait till the end of the week.
Definitely. Wolf, AKE, which again has been obviously a good hot stock. Interested to see target prices again of AKE. I'll give you the target price. I'll give you the company that put the target price out. So the target price was from UBS of around $15.10. Obviously, really liking the whole lithium story, like a lot of people now. So again, I mean, good hot stock, and if you're in it and you held it, well, I'd still be holding it.
Okay.
Another story we want to talk about today, Promedicus, Wolf, a massive contract win, and I don't know, it's just not enough. Obviously, it is expensive. You can see
tough crowd, I tell you.
Well,
contract.
Yeah, I know, but it's still expensive. I mean, it's come back. It's hit the trend line back down again. I mean, the sentiment.
But you're right. You know what, Dave? It's trading on 130 times, so that's why it's not going up.
Balmy stuff. Can I say that, Wolf? Balmy, absolutely balmy.
Okay.
Balmy valuations. But now BTI.
Yep.
So it's been a little bit of a dog recently, and then today had a good bit of news. But it's sort of good news, but it's sort of
good news, bad news, isn't it?
Yeah, good news, bad news. I mean, they sold really one of the companies that could have been good news for them. And
exactly.
Maybe...
Yeah, look, unfortunate, because I mean they were investors and they had big hopes for Instacluster, right? It was, I think, the second biggest holding now post SiteMinder. But it's been taken over. I mean, you can't stop that. The big American company, 23 billion American company came in, NetApp, I think, came in and decided to buy Instacluster. They're still going to come back with 1,000% return on Instacluster. Thank you very much. But what could have been possibly? So in a way, great for them, because I think they said it's going to give them an extra 38 cents to add to the NTA. But on the other hand, now they're going to have cash instead of a growing company. So what do you do with the cash? So they have to come up with another investment, really. So yeah, bad news, not bad.
No, it looks certainly very, very good, Wolf, doesn't it? Now, another story that we need to talk about is ALD.
Yes.
So, what they actually possibly, Wolf, they could have a breakout by close today, which would really set them well for a nicer move up next week. What's driving the share price on this one, Wolfie, at the moment?
Well, we talked about a little bit about this, right? As one of our preferred stories. There were going to be beneficiaries out of the higher oil price. They're going to be beneficiaries out of the higher Aussie dollar. And it's in a really good space. So I think overall, you're looking at a company that's just in the right space at the right time. It's probably going to go higher. It's not expensive. I'm looking at the numbers now. It's 13 times, 4% yield. There is some attractiveness in this right now. All
right. Thanks, Wolf. And I think, listen, I would just wait till Friday if it's on Einstein's, see where it ends, see if it closes at a record high today. And I think if it does, we can buy it Monday morning, and it'll be on Einstein's. Wolf, Whitehaven Coal, another trend that we put on. It's actually hit our target of 450, Wolf. So looking very, very good. Lifting a stop?
Yeah, you would. I mean, nothing's changed in Russia, Ukraine. Obviously, there's talk about the European Union putting sanctions on coal out of Russia. So that's what's probably driving at the moment, the FOMO. Look, I'd say tighten the stop losses, still keep a hold of it. So sometimes these things move so ridiculously high, Dave, that it surprises everyone, every single bullish even guy out there. So for me, hold on as long as you can on your winners.
Yeah, definitely, Wolf. And you've got that past high back here, which was, yeah, I think you could lift that stop loss to at least 419 on the weekly, Wolf.
Okay. Sounds
So
good.
we're going to do that, 4.19. And we're going to lift the target price, yeah, a little bit higher because we've hit that target price now. We'll lift it maybe to around that sort of 480 level.
Yep, that sounds decent.
That's good. That's exactly what we want to do. And obviously we're going to update that. So it's good to see these trends doing well, Wolf. And again, they're all going to be, every time we make a little adjustment, if you go to the dashboard, you'll see a little trade watch update, and that will be updated. So looking very, very good. Wolf, very good looking chart, I must say, Goodman. So lovely, 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 lovely little breakout.
Yes, you'd be looking at this on Monday and you go, I'm buying this, right? I mean, that's what it. If it finishes like this at the end of the day, I mean, we know the story is good, so I don't have to spin my fundamentals on this. We know this is an excellent story. They've been coming up with upgrades, so it's all about the chart. And what I can see, my professional eye, Dave, I'm liking this.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, it looks good, doesn't it? So sort of, I think you look to be buying it around here. I think we could put this one, if you don't mind, as a trade, Wolf. I think you can buy this to try and get it. It's got a lot of volume on the stock, hasn't it? So I think if you get it under 23.55, target that 24, initially 24.90, and you've got a nice little stop loss at sort of 22.45. I think that could be a nice little trade, Wolf. Good quality story on the way up. If you're not in it, give it a go.
Okay.
Wolf, Bank of Queensland. So another of the brokers came out, and I'll tell you who it was actually, because I think it's always interesting to see who's actually coming out with these comments. Credit Suisse, they've come out and given an 11.40 target price on Bank of Queensland, which is actually pretty bullish for the banks to come up.
That's almost like an outlier.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, that they're giving it a good. Anyway, okay, but there's a nice dividend on this, 5.94%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, dividend and maybe some growth. It could be interesting. Now it is close to the trend line. I don't know if I'm gonna. As long as you wouldn't want this to go really much below where that trend much below sort of 829. But I suppose it's all about the announcement. The announcement is coming next week, is it? On Wednesday?
When are they reporting? Are they reporting next week? I don't know when they're reporting actually, Dave. So I apologize. I'm not sure, but there's a risk, of course. What happens if it's not as good as people hope? So
it'll go down.
So I look, I wouldn't probably take the risk on this one. To be honest, I think I'll just leave it and wait. If it's a good result, then you get in. Even if it's 850 or 860 or 870, you have to pay. And I'd rather do with that. There's just too much risk with some of these banks coming up with results, especially when there's been a lot of flooding and a lot of little things going on. So for me, fundamentally.
Well, you know what, Wolf? The charts agree with you, because the charts are not saying buy me yet. They want to see that little leg up, don't they?
Yep. So even though they're bullish and $11 something, okay, let's just give them that extra week or two, see what they can come up with, and then we'll decide.
But Wolfie, you know what? If the announcement's good, I think you would get it. I mean, let's wait till see the announcement. If we get a good announcement from them, with nice little dividend of nearly 6%, and possibly there'll be some growth there. It could be a nice little play for the next 6 months.
Exactly. One on the watch list for the next 2 weeks.
Wolfie, just talk about Einstein's, mate. You know I like to show off. LYC.
You do.
So,
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was being sort of down and isn't the market hard? And then after I did the video, I went and checked. I wonder how Einstein's are doing, and we had 100%er LYC. So hopefully, I know a lot of people buy the buy signal. So hopefully, a few people got into that, and hopefully they got 100% or sold half or took a profit. The interesting thing, Wolf, this is fascinating, right? So there was the buy signal, and it jumps 100%. The last time this stock had a buy signal was back here, where again it did more than 100% that time. It had a fantastic run up over 3 weeks, right? Man,
Another case of FOMO.
right.
By the looks of things.
Yeah, that was real FOMO, wasn't it? I think that was when they first started talking to Gina, and market got excited. But now it's for real. I wonder if maybe if you're in this, definitely if you made 100% in 3 days, you'd sell half, and if you weren't in it, you'd have a tight stop loss. But there's a good chance that you might see a little bit more interest in the story.
Look, announcement yesterday was quite positive for them, of course, where Gina is going to farm in, and if all goes well, get up to 51% of the Mount Bevan iron ore project. So that's a positive, of course, for the two JV partners in LCY and I think Hawthorne Resources. But saying that, there's still got to be.
It's high. It's all high. But if it's all high risk stuff.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. So at the end of the day, you're just playing the charts. You're just tightening up your stop losses. You hope you can make your money even further. Hopefully, it goes another day or another week or two, and then you find something else to play with.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Now, just a little bit of housekeeping here, Wolf. If you don't mind, obviously we've got a little dashboard where we put the trades out. And what we do, if we're going to sort of change our update on that, there'll be a little trade watch update with the date, so you can see mineral, which we've sort of upped the stop loss today, Wolf. Someone, if they haven't got time to watch every video, can just go through the dashboard and see if we made any changes. So nice little touch there. And I think obviously the back end getting better and better and better.
Yes.
On that note, Mr. Wolf, I think we covered it. We are live in 1 hour.
We are, and we'll see you guys in an hour talking stocks as per usual.
Thanks, Wolfie. See you in a bit.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.